9th out of 2,000. You're clearly a very good player. We are going to get Rob versus Sephiroth here. I'm not sure if this is a button check or game 1, but here on Pokemon Stadium 2, they have spawned in. Let's have some fighting.
Yep, this is real. This is real. Here we go, getting right into it.
So we are indeed getting a break from Sonic. We're going to get some fast-paced action between the robot and the main villain of Glitch Regen. Sephiroth's both the hero and the villain in this situation.
Yeah, I mean, Final Fantasy lore is pretty complicated, It's kind of ambiguous sometimes, but dude has a lot to work out, but he has a robot to fight first.
Yeah, you got bigger problems on your way. Like, I could see Rob fitting in the day-to-day life of Midgar. You can see him on one of those trains.
Yeah, this color of Rob especially has kind of the Shinra aesthetic, so, you know, I think it'll work out, but he's going to have the wings start to come out, which means all your attacks have more knockback. Just like that, slicing him up, this robot is going to be in a couple pieces.
Yo, Zomba hoping for a slight change to the algorithm of when the wing comes out. If there was no wing, there was no kill, and that is a big miss from the arm rotor, just narrowly missing its mark.
Yeah, it looks like Zomba didn't quite trust it. If he had full scented, he probably would have been able to connect in time. But he still has plenty of time. You know, you have Sephiroth on the ledge. One of the hardest characters in the game to ledge trap, by the way. So you have to go for some, unorthodox stuff, because that Octo Slash be hidden, and not a lot of characters have the chops to outrange it. Wing is going to fall by the wayside, though, so at least you have to worry about that for a bit more of the stock.
Yeah, I'm kind of already getting the impression that those previous encounters between Zomba and Ken must have had a lot of Sonic. I mean, Smash World Tour, that was last year, so I'm almost certain that was Sonic. Ooh. But Sephiroth is showing why this is one of the still one of the characters in Fighters Pass 2 that you cannot sleep on. He may not have quite the same bustedness as Kazuya and Steve, but damn, he's good.
Yep.
Damn, he's dead as well, because Zomba getting that up air, Sephiroth nice and light. That's how they decided to keep him balanced, because you really had to think about that when designing Sephiroth. You go, okay, we got the biggest sword in the game, one of the toughest final bosses in video game history. How do we make him as good as, like, Diddy Kong?
Is this still techable? Oh, the thing is, sometimes after you hit that, you want to drift in, but big bodies will block you since there's still a hit lag sometimes. So
Rob is big being a good thing? What the heck?
It is a big thing sometimes. It is a good thing sometimes.
The one complaint is out of the window now. What the?
Yeah, it gives and it takes away, and right now it's going to be giving, but Ken, you will get winged pretty early, like I think around like 50-ish% in this kind of situation.
Yeah. Maybe it was an intentional SD. I just want the wing faster, right? It's definitely not the case, but that's what Ken could say.
Yeah, I wasn't quite right on that one, but I mean, wing will probably be coming out soon. But the thing is, Rage Rob can kill Sephiroth before wing becomes a factor.
What
and there we go.
Say?
As I say, so it shall be. The Zomba, what he's known for, is going to find the mark against Ken Sephiroth.
Well, what do you know? This game was all Ken for the first half, and then we just turned the page, and the words were as follows. Zomba, 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 Zomba. Nothing else happened. There's the back air. Kaboom! Game 1 going to the American competitor. We're going straight back to game 2 with more Sephiroth.
Yeah, nice work right there from Zomba. Keeping it clean. I mean, Ken kind of had a little bit of an SD right there. I think he died at like 70 or 80.
Yeah, 61 if I remember.
Yeah, so we'll be far earlier than you want. And fun fact, I don't think Rob can avoid that even with DI out. Like, you just kind of have to eat that back air there if you get grabbed.
Yep, I play enough Rob myself to say, yep, we just get hit. Unlucky. Yeah. Hold that.
Yep. Oh, but this is going to be big right here. The gyro positioning, and Zomba's going to get a little bit more damage there, but not quite high enough to trap Ken on the platform. So Ken probably going to be jockeying for space a bit, because once you get in, it's really hard to deal with the scrapping power of Rob. He's just going to down tilt you and jab you, and Sephiroth doesn't have a lot of strong answers out of shield that close.
Yeah, and now we have wing already. This is not exactly what I call a losing position for Ken. Effectively, this is just the game being kind. Already Ken back in the lead right now, but Sephiroth's still got to work for a relatively stray kill on occasion. What is the answer going to be when Zomba is just setting up the wall?
Absolutely. You do have some unga-bunga options, but what a read from Zomba right there, finding that up air. But I was just saying, you know, you do kind of have some random options when you do have wing, because all your smash attacks have armor, but Zomba wasn't really hitting buttons a lot, so the best you can do is maybe try and poke the shield a little bit with a down smash, whittle things down with empowered normals. But Zomba putting the end to all of that with another great read and Ken fighting on the back foot.
We also saw a very good back air kill. We also saw only one scintilla attempt in this entire set so far, which again speaks for how little Zomba is pressing on that GameCube controller. If he is using GameCube these days.
But no jump on the side of Ken means he has to up slash right back. As I said before, Sephiroth, one of the hardest characters in the game to kind of edge guard and ledge trap because the sword's just too big, and that down air is going to buy a lot of space as well. Zomba's kind of calling out a lot of Ken's short hops with his laser, though. Normally we see the empowered laser come through, but a lot of times Zomba just recognizes the jump is happening, just shooting the laser to keep on toes. That could have been, actually. I didn't even think that was on the table. But facing restriction, you always go the way Sephiroth faces when you do that up B. So Zomba sending far off stage, but no sweet spot on up smash. That would have been really bad if it had connected sweet.
Yeah, the up air afterwards was a little less successful, landing before the hitbox could actually reach vertically above him. But Ken, neutral air has been the move of the set. So much use from it. The thing I love about Sephiroth's Nair, it's so clearly designed to not be that good. Because imagine if you had a move like that, but instead it's Cloud Nair and it goes all the way around you. There is nothing physically stopping Sephiroth from just swinging his sword, Masamune, all the way around him. But he decided, no, I'm just going to click.
Yeah, the only thing stopping him is the rule of cool, honestly. Oh, but that up smash was pretty cool right there from Zomba, but that will give Ken wings, surprisingly here. That air dodge? Oh, but you're Ken, or excuse me, you're Sephiroth. You have 2 jumps. You're fine. You're fine.
You do now, at least. Would have been a different situation without that wing, but instead Ken holding down a minor lead. As we know from a former Sonic solo main, he is used to holding back and getting the opportunities when it's most important. Zomba air dodging, can come back though, actually has an opportunity to reverse that.
I don't think, he has touch stage there, because I think you only hit like maybe 3 or 4 times with quick draw up slash to the ledge before the game just doesn't give you the ledge anymore. So Zomba still has to play very respectful of this ledge situation right here. Skinny privilege, by the way. A lot of the characters would have gotten hit by that gyro.
I wonder if Sephiroth's another one of those characters where if you down throw him with Rob, your up smash misses.
Sometimes it does, yes.
Like Shulk and Lucina, you have to turn the up smash around to even attempt an up smash to make it hit. At that point, if you're doing that much of a commitment, no one will. But here's a commitment. Up air, he's not going to kill. The second one will.
Yeah, sour, then sweet, then gone. All right, because the up air, very strong move. It covers literally a whole zip code, but you have to hit with the center of the blade to get all the knockback, and with the wing as well, empowered. See, sour spot on the first one, just a little bit too close, I believe. Yeah, a little bit too close. Got hit with the hilt first. But that one, the second one, boom, right in the center of the blade. You are absolutely smoked right there. Beautiful work right there from Ken. Carving that robot up like Thanksgiving dinner.
Not hit by the original blade, but Sephiroth says, I can handle this. Get it? And indeed, took it away. But Zomba, the up airs of his own, were on fire, by the way.
Yeah, great adaptation right there from Ken. And Ken, something I'm noticing from a lot of Japanese players, with the exception of maybe Zachary and Akala due to the nature of their characters, but like a lot of them just play so much better from ahead. So much better from ahead. From behind, like they're still amazing, but like they have a bit of a harder time mounting comebacks. But Ken from ahead, he's looking completely dominant.
So now we're just getting Dill up on stage. Shout out to House of 3000 to make sure all of the stage choices have been communicated properly. Ken speaks English very well. Like I had a full conversation with him earlier today. It's no trouble, but just making sure everything's absolutely clear. We are going to Battlefield.
Yep. The field of battle is the place for this game number 3 right here. And the thing is, it's really interesting to see this counter pick as Rob, because normally people think, oh, big buys on Battlefield, you're going to get trapped. But the thing is, sometimes you might be able to force some weird situations and strings and have a few more angles to approach Sephiroth, which you might need. I'm interested to see how this plays out, though, because both characters have a lot that they can make happen on the stage here.
Another thing that I've not seen too much from Ken is getting away from these situations, first of all. Can you respond with a down air or something? Not quite, but we're seeing a couple more forward airs now from Ken, and that's been a missing piece in the previous games, really. You can really tell the difference between a lot of Sephiroth players. Like, Ned will use so much forward tilt and back air as well. There goes the wing. Oh, just about living. But it's considered one of the best F-tilts in the game, but some Sephiroths don't use it. You ever seen Strix from Australia play? Getting third at Boss Battles Phase 1? Basically didn't have a forward tilt, just entirely used back air. There's so much variance with the Sephiroths, but you've got to vary that mash to get away from the up air. I'm afraid not.
As you said before, that would have been interesting to see what would happen if Ken did not mash quite as quickly there, because I think there are ways that you could have maybe up smashed and got the kill, but Sephiroth do have that skinny privilege. Sometimes people just fall out, sometimes weird stuff just happens because character's model is just so thin horizontally.
Does not commit to the down air, the move of Sephiroth. If Sephiroth could only have one move in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, it would be his down air, let's be honest. But instead, it's not looking too good for Ken. I don't think we're in so bad I'm going to go Sonic kind of territory, but Ken has to work hard to get his first ever set on Zomba. This one is getting away from him, but you know what? I want the wing! I'm just going to hit this gyro and get my double jump, my super armor, my extra damage, my speed, everything. I got a kill off it.
And the empowered back air, yeah, will be enough to get that stock away. And now you have to fight back with wing, but as I said before, Sephiroth, you kind of have to respect him at the ledge. And as you said in game number 1, I believe, we haven't seen a whole lot of scintillas, but you wouldn't have been able to counter that anyway. That was a solid punch right there from Zomba. Getting that up smash, getting that kill, Sephiroth being so light. That's just light work right there.
Yep, so now a full stock disadvantage, and Zomba is actually going on the aggressive right now. This is kind of surprising. It's opening him up to some attacks from Ken at close range. Sephiroth, you know, you don't think of him as a close range fighter, but he's still plenty capable.
He has a couple things, but like the options aren't nearly as strong as mid-range. But that gyro is going to be enough to... Oh, what a reaction right there from Zomba. My eyes were on the gyro, Ken's eyes were on the gyro, but Zomba's eyes were on the win right there. Amazing work to react.
Now those eyes can only look at a win screen for Rob. That is 2-1 up for Zomba, and that was easily the most decisive game so far. Zomba destroyed Ken. Look at this, J-Dog.
Amazing work. A lot of people would opt to just kind of drop it right at the ledge and kind of force another interaction there. But Zomba, he said on Twitter recently, like he wants to get better at using gyro to combo. We saw a bit of that in game number 2. But on top of that, once you get better at gyro to combo, that opens up the fear, and that opens up people doing dumb things at the ledge sometimes. And that time, Zomba was just one step ahead, and Ken, dropping that game, gets the counter pick for this game number 4. But this could be winner's bracket life here for Ken here, Tail. Yeah,
but after Hollow Bastion, Sephiroth does count as a Kingdom Hearts character as well. This is sort of home ground. Will the Hollow Bastion be the site where Ken can mount a comeback, or are we going to see combos? Zomba is getting things going.
That he is. That he is. He was looking a little bit too much for the side B right there, but oh wait, great tech right there from Ken. But I love the opportunity that Zomba took just to get a little bit more damage on the table.
Yeah, and what I was saying about the shortages of forward tilt from Ken, that was an easy opportunity to catch Zomba's landing, but Ken just has not been relying on that move too much, and instead, you're going to lose your first stock to Rob's up air once again.
And that DI got super mixed right there. He could have survived that one. Sephiroth being light, but the thing is, if you don't DI that perfectly every time, you will just explode. I've died at like 80 to that move before, so got to make sure you come correct. But Ken is starting to come correct here, getting the ledge trap and going, forcing Zomba to expend a lot of fuel. This is not a hybrid robot. He needs to get his feet on the ground, and he's going to do just that, get some of that fuel back, but not much percentage. Ken's looking great.
It is also awareness of the fact Sephiroth does not have wing right now. You can't catch me up here. You can normally, but not when I've got the advantage on you in comeback mechanics. Rob is a comeback mechanic, so you don't have to wait for that wing. You do have to wait for the respawn platform if you want to keep on the fighting, though.
Yeah, although Sephiroth does have gyro, so that's something that's pretty big because Zomba can't kind of, 2v1 you with angel platform intangibility as well. So able to weather that storm for a bit, but he's going to eat so much damage here off of just the scrapping from Zomba, some of the best in the business.
Yeah, it's interesting. I wonder if Ken can know how to do the Z-drops on gyro to keep throwing out those aerials, or if you're just going to have to fight with B moves in that situation. Sephiroth, not the most capable in the world. You know what? Where is Sephiroth's side B in this entire set, by the way?
I have the same thought the moment you said special moves. I'm like, right, Sephiroth does have the Dark Flare. So we haven't seen much of that. Maybe Zomba just hasn't really been in that zone, but it is useful. It is interesting. But that back air is pretty interesting as well. Not enough to get the finish, though, even if it is empowered with wing. So let's see how Zomba can make it back. The up air, I don't think that was quite sweet spot. That might have been it if it was, though.
Yep, so now just almost jumping into that gyro, it's going to catch you later. That's an opportunity to punish the back air that crossed up on shield, but Ken once again wasn't ready for it. Nevertheless, is winning this game, trying to bring us to a game 5 here on the sort of home ground. Once again, I don't think we're going to see any down Bs. The neutral flare has come out once or twice. No shadow flare on side B at all. It's just been a one special moveset. Yeah, you can't Octa Slash there because you're already dead.
Yeah, we literally saw one counter, and actually I don't even think we've seen shadow flare or flare. Just up Bs in one counter. He's using like a fraction of Sephiroth's moveset. But we do have ourselves to the final game right here.
You know what though? That is Sephiroth's personality all over. He would be the best character in the game if he was not holding back. Sephiroth is pitying Zomba right now, fighting with a fraction of his power. We ain't going to see that final smash supernova. Let us see if Sephiroth will decide to win game 4, or if Zomba is going to sneakily get past without Sephiroth noticing.
Yeah, I mean, Zomba might be making some noise here. Actually going to get up thrown into the Nair. He's going to have a hard time landing on Hollow Bastion's platform, but he's going to only eat a little bit more damage. Great punish on that jab right there. Going to have to DI away to survive the ensuing offense that Ken was looking to put out. But Zomba looking a little bit lost in the neutral. Ken slowing it down, but everything's just kind of working out for it. His defense and the air dodge bait, and he was looking for that. Zomba kind of nodding, acknowledging the situation that he was in. And guess what, Tail? We got ourselves another game 5.
We have a game 5 between all of our Sonic mains, but no hedgehogs in sight. This is Robot versus Archangel. And how exciting it is being. The stage is Midgar, not in the game. The stage that they're sat on right now. And Sephiroth wishes to cleave through that background. We have a replica Masamune here at the event. They want to keep that background for the Glitch Museum, but what if Ken just sliced it in half?
Only if he wins, maybe. Only if he wins.
If you win the tournament, you get to slice it in 2.
Yeah. But right now, back into PS2 for game number 5. And now, Ken, it's all chips on the table. You need to use everything you can to get this back. Zomba, though, I mean, kind of rolling his eyes, shaking his head, nodding after getting a hit without smash. But he's giving up a lot of opportunities and not really getting much of his own. But there we go. Let's see what we can force off this. Facing backward, trying to look for a back air. But getting a punish on the Octo Slash, no easy feat. Good damage off the opening salvo.
Yeah, but now instead the wing will be coming back out, and already that forward air hitting with so much more fear than previously. Zomba worked incredibly hard to get that lead, and you know what? It is falling away right now, J-Log. What do we need to see from both players if we want to see a game 5 win?
I think I would like to see Zomba. It's hard because this is more on Ken doing something really well than Zomba doing anything off. But getting in, he's just getting stuffed out so many times. Once he's in, Zomba's getting situations like this, where he's going to force Ken to recover low with the gyro and not quite have enough time. Maybe, yeah, I'm not quite sure what the angle was, but I don't know if he could have made it back with most angles right there. But once he's in, he's doing fine. Getting in, that's the hard part. He has to hold on to the sleeve really well.
If Ken is going to be losing at any point of the set, it might as well be the start. It's going to bring you wing faster, and all of a sudden, if you play your cards right, you'll be even before you know it. For now, Zomba taking it to the skies.
Yep, a place where, I mean, historically, Ken does really well as well. So trying to force Zomba up there, going to get hit with that back air. And I think Zomba is kind of scratching his head on how to get in consistently. I mean, normally he likes to just kind of, you know, forward air, scrap a bit, but Ken won't even let you in the same zip code without, you know, paying a couple of taxes. No, Tomahawk right there is going to try and cross up with the forward air. And now Ken in control of the gyro, but he's going to slip right through with the dash attack as well. Zomba getting even stocks, but he's going to have a big opportunity with the Angel Platform tangibility. Not finding much, though.
Yeah, practically even right now. Can it be genuinely even? No, Zomba gets the gyro in there to interrupt. Actually aims high. Nice. That is a dangerous situation, but Rob getting slashed to pieces instead. Ken getting just high enough to not get down-aired.
And the vast majority of characters in the game, that was an easy kill right there from Zomba. But Octo Slash is a huge hitbox. It's really hard to get around that unless you're really high above him. And with that, Zomba struggling to stabilize against the onslaught of Ken. Not going to be able to get a hit, though. And Ken, with Wing, now, if there was ever a time to kind of throw out X Factor, it is now. Because Zomba's going to have a little bit of a chance time right here. Gets the air dodge read, gets another grab, big opportunity. What's the mash? Good air dodge right into the platform, directional, using all the real estate to get up there in time. But both of them able to survive for a while.
No way! We see an F smash instead. they knew off of all of those throw situations someone deserved a kill. In the end, they've both got one. This is a last stock situation here on the final winner's side match of this block.
Uh-oh. This is big. Oh. Almost got the forward air, potentially to get the finish right there. I don't think Ken would have been able to make it back, but now it's Ken's turn to play again. 65, he can eat this damage to get wing, but he cannot eat like a side B or F smash or something like that. So if he can just maybe eat a couple more hits, I think Zomba has to be really concerned about throwing out gyro. Yep. Yeah, that'll put you in the perfect situation. And now it is anyone's game. Although, big opportunity. What's the mash mix up here? Up tilt. No air dodge. Good patience right there from Ken. Staying alive, but it is Zomba's game to lose right now, Tail.
That's right. We have one more wing. We got a 6-piece bucket. We've used every single one in this set. Can it allow for a comeback, or will Zomba stick to the game plan, get some offstage situations, knowing that the down air was not going to be safe? Why did they call it Octa Slash? Because it's 8 slashes. That's so hard to deal with.
I think he might be dead.
And it's so hard to recover as well. And Ken, at the last second, falls to his demise. You may have one wing, but you need 2 to fly. And Zomba will be moving on to face Sonics in top 8.
What composition from both players right there. It was another one of those times. Actually, from that angle, if it didn't hit, actually, it's hard to say. I don't even know. But it looked like he was just barely short. Just barely.
Honestly, I think Zomba was too high. I was wondering if maybe you could just go for a drag down into the bottom blast zone, but even that just wouldn't have worked. See you later.
Oh, man. Oh, man. You could see it on Ken's face. He was distraught at the end of that. And handshakes come out, mutual respect between the two players, but that will be Zomba moving on, playing as strong as ever. I expected nothing less from the number 9 player in the world.
Sephiroth brings despair, and sometimes never brings despair to himself.
Yeah, you never know to who. I mean, at the end of the day, Sephiroth just couldn't really defend the title of Glitch Regen for now. There's still a chance, but speaking of defending, we got another tournament coming up in the near future.